Oh, hello, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the cameras had begun rolling. My name is Luke Mick, welcome to the channel. If it is your first time here, I welcome you with open arms, and if you've never seen my channel before, I mostly talk about Blu-rays, 4K sometimes, Criterion collection stuff, Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow Video, all that good boutique Blu-ray and film stuff, so if you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button down below or just check out some of my previous videos just to get a little bit of a taste into the content that I have to offer. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about Severin films with my mid-year sale box, haul, mail, package, whatever you want to call it. There are many terms for what this package is. So while I'm opening the box up here with my nifty green and gray box cutter, I just want to give a short story about this sale. I wasn't really going to participate. Like, I wanted to take a look at it, but I was just told myself, there are other sales right now. I'm curious about a lot of Severin releases that I don't yet have, but I really didn't think I was going to buy much. But their website, again this year, didn't completely fail. It didn't go offline completely, and they weren't taking orders via email. But it was really slow and really clunky in the first hour, which is the hour that I was on their website. I think it got better over the weekend. But every, 1 minute I had to refresh and it would give me an error screen, and I'm sure everybody experienced this. But it was really difficult to look through their catalog of films, read about them, add them to the cart. Every step on the website took so long. So basically by the end of it, I felt almost challenged and compelled to just escape with my shopping cart. I didn't get any time to review what I had in there, and I was just like, whatever, it's all in the shopping cart, all the things I'm interested in. I don't want to, take any time deciding what I should and shouldn't get, because if this website completely crashes, then I'm going to be really upset, and I'm going to lose all my progress in my cart. So I just said, I'm just going to buy it as soon as I can, as quickly as possible. So I actually got a pretty big haul, and I'm really excited about it, because out of all of the Severin films in my small Severin collection that I have and the ones that I've watched, which is a good majority of them, I've never been very disappointed with them. I've always enjoyed them quite a bit. Vampiros Lesbos is a really great, really sleazy film by Jess Franco. Zombie 3 is a great sequel to Zombie. You know, there are just so many different films in the Severin film catalog that interest me. They have a lot of Euro horror, a lot of the sleazy Jess Franco stuff, and other sort of horror gems that have been released throughout the years. They just have a really cool catalog of films that I feel like I've been neglecting as far as my collecting and viewing goes. So this sale, I took a good opportunity to get a nice handful of films. So right off the bat, first one I took out here is No Way Home. And I don't think this film was on sale, but it's a numbered limited edition, and I'm not too familiar with how Severin will do their limited editions. I'm much more familiar with Vinegar Syndrome and their release strategy. But I was just really interested in this film because it stars Tim Roth, and it's a 90s film, 96, and Tim Roth, I think, is a really underrated actor. And it also has Deborah Kara Unger, who was in David Cronenberg's Crash. So I was just really compelled by the cast of this film. I don't really know much else about it, but it looks like a sort of gritty, violent crime drama. It says, like a Mike Leigh film crossed with Taxi Driver. So yeah, it sounds like a gem, a real gem. Next one here is Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, and I already am sensing a little bit of disappointment with this film, because with the title, there are nipples there, I should probably cover that out. The title of this film, insinuates that there are going to be dinosaurs in it, and when I added it to the cart, I was like, ooh, a dinosaur massacre, jungle killing movie, that sounds awesome. But I think it's going to end up being more of Trapped in the Amazons, Captured by the Natives, cannibal type of movie, which is fine too. But I hope that there are some dinosaurs, but I'm not holding my breath. Shock Treatment? This one, I honestly completely forgot that I even added to the cart, and I don't know why I added it to the cart. It looks really interesting, right? I think I had read about it briefly while I was refreshing their pages. I was literally buying from the sale on 3 different devices. I had my phone, which I was trying to refresh the site with, my girlfriend's phone, and my girlfriend's laptop, and it was just a disaster. So there's a lot of stuff in here that I probably don't even remember buying. But yeah, this looks like something pretty pretty depraved and horrible, and it says limited edition, 3,000 units only, so I don't know. I grabbed it. I think it was at a sale price, so I'm interested in that one. The Beast Must Die. This is another one with limited edition slipcover, and it looks like a sort of werewolf film. I mean, we have the silver bullet there, so I'm assuming it's a werewolf film. This one I think was released during their mid-year sale last year, and it still has the slipcover available, which is really cool, but it's called Horrors of Spider Island, which sounds really cool. I think it is a German. Well, it became a notorious adults-only feature throughout Europe, though banned in the UK. I am pretty sure this is a German adult horror film, I guess. I don't quote me on that. I can't. There's a lot of. Yeah, it's German. It's a German film, and it's a black and white 50s era, 1960, so right at the end of the 50s. A horror movie with spiders and probably some adult content as well. I just think that the slipcover is really exciting on here, and I could use a nice small spider or a giant spider classic horror flick. And there's also an alternate cut of this film, alternate US release version. It's Hot in Paradise. So yeah, it just seems like there's some cool features on here, and it's a release that just sounds really interesting to me because there are alternate cuts on there that I think were newly restored by Severin and crew. So yeah, that is Horrors of Spider Island. Very interested in that one. This one I'm also extremely excited for. This was recommended by Movie Buff Beth in one of her more recent videos. I think it was a film that she recently watched. And it is a Sergio Martino giallo called The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. This again is a limited 3,000 units only. And I have a question about Severin's limited editions, because their Zombie 3 and 4 have said limited edition, but those have been out for years. Are there really only 3,000 copies of Zombie 4 on the market? And if so, how have they not sold out? That's something that confuses me. If you are a Severin head and you know all of these answers, please let me and others know below if you can answer those for me and us. But yeah, that is The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. This is a giallo film, and I love a good giallo, and it's one I hadn't previously had on my radar until Movie Buff Beth recommended it, so thank you very much for that. We have Robo War. This looks like a nice Italian-directed, I think, directed by Vincent Dawn, I guess. Oh, it's directed by Bruno Mattei, okay, who I think directed Zombie 3 after Fulci had a heart attack or something. There's all this weird history. I love all the weird Euro horror and Euro action stuff that Severin dives into. But Robo War, it looks pretty badass to me. It looks like a sort of Predator ripoff, but with a robot instead of an alien. So yeah, that is Robo War. Looks like pretty cool stuff. The Changeling, is that how you say that, or is it the Changeling? That sounds stupid. I think it's called the Changeling. This actually has really solid ratings on Letterboxd. I'm getting the impression that it's a sort of underrated, almost forgotten horror classic of the, well, I was gonna say 70s, but it came out in 1980, so almost in the 70s. But that's the Changeling. My goodness, I can't speak right now. If you've seen this film, let me know your opinion on it, because it seems pretty interesting. And it stars George C. Scott, which is really, really cool. I just watched him in Paul Schrader's Hardcore, which was a really interesting film that felt so much like Taxi Driver. And Schrader wrote it around the same time as Taxi Driver, so it kind of makes sense. But if you haven't seen Hardcore, directed by Paul Schrader, then check that film out. Another one, speaking of Schrader, this is directed or written by... It's written by Paul Schrader's brother and his wife, The Killing of America, and it's a brutal study of violence in the USA. This is a 1981, I wanted to say 70s again, but it's right at the end of the 70s, a 1981 documentary about violence. And I've heard sort of mixed things about this, but you know, anything with Schrader's name on it, I'm interested. And this Schrader, his name is Leonard Schrader? Yeah, Leonard Schrader and his wife had a lot of involvement in Mishima, which I think is a wonderful film directed by Paul Schrader. So many Schraders, but yeah, that's why I bought this one, because I'm interested in that family and their careers in film. So yeah, the next one here is When the Wind Blows. This is an animation film from, I want to say, the 90s or 1986. I am really getting my decades mixed up today, but this looks like an oddly haunting and really depressing and disturbing looking animated film that I think is meant for children and adults alike. I think it's one of the only, if not the only, animated film in Severin's catalog currently, so that's When the Wind Blows. It looks really interesting to me. We're nearing the end here. I grabbed Zombie 4, I have Zombie 1, Zombie 3, Zombie 5 Killing Birds, and I can't watch Killing Birds until I watch Zombie 4. Even though I'm sure they have nothing to do with each other, I still feel like I have to watch them in order. So I got Zombie 4 finally for the collection. Again, limited to 3,000 units. What's up with that? I mean, I just simply can't believe that there are only 3,000 of these out there. They've been on the market for so long. But please, like I said, let me know. Yeah, Zombie 4. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the others. Okay, this one I am really curious about, and we'll just have to see how it turns out. And it's another one that Movie Buff Beth, I don't remember if she actually watched this film and recommended it, or if it was just in a haul video, but it is The Devil's Reign, and I'm very interested in this film because it stars, or at least features, William Shatner. And really, I've only seen Shatner in Twilight Zone and Star Trek, really, not much else. So seeing him in, like, a motion picture like this, especially a weird, like, satanic ritual horror movie, is something that I couldn't pass up.
Right next to the dog face, you're mutinous, disloyal.
So that is The Devil's Reign. Really interested in that one. And we just have two left here. We have All the Colors of the Dark, another Sergio Martino Giallo film, I believe, and I think that this is a really iconic and famous Giallo film. Another one that just, I think because it's not in the Arrow video collection, I just sort of ignored it or just passed over it so many times. So All the Colors of the Dark, a Giallo classic that I cannot wait to store in my memory bank when I watch it. And the last one here is kind of a random one that I think is pretty self-explanatory. The Beast in Heat, and you can see Nazi swastika up there. I'm assuming this is like a Nazi, yeah, it's a Nazi exploitation shocker. I'm assuming they're making werewolves. Warning, this disc contains disturbing scenes and is not suitable for viewing by children, strictly adults only. So yeah, that is The Beast in Heat. I've never actually seen a Nazi exploitation film, so this might be my first one, and I hope that the genre, or subgenre I should say, is as incredible and bizarre as it sounds. So yes, that is everything that I ordered from the mid-year Severin sale. Like I said, I really wasn't I was hoping the website was just like not in shambles and I could, comfortably look through everything, but I felt very pressured to just get my stuff and go. And I don't think that I would have bought this much if the website had been acting normally. So I don't know if I have them to thank for all these or if I have to sort of blame them for making me buy more than I should have. But regardless, I'm really excited about all these films, honestly. I think each one of them is going to offer something, of an experience for me and others I decide to watch these films with. But that's everything that I have for this video. So I want to thank you all so very much for watching till the end. If you participated in this Severin film sale, or if you have recommendations for me or others viewing the video, leave comments down below and let's just talk about some good old Severin stuff. But other than that, that's all I have for you. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon, and I will talk to you later.